Today, we're going to be learning how to use the integrated lesson samples to help us integrate the TechApp Teaks into our classroom. So first, you're going to want to go to the CISD bookmarks, and then you're going to click on the curriculum guides. It's going to bring you here where you're going to choose your grade level, and then you're going to scroll down until you see this image with the sample lesson links. The sample lessons are provided in both English and Spanish. We're going to click on the English sample lesson. Today we're going to be focusing on computational thinking. So first it's going to tell you that there's 2 lessons for each strand. One lesson pairs the TechApp Teaks with the scientific and engineering practices strand of the science Teaks, and the other lesson is paired with either a math or reading language arts Teak. The last strand of practical technology concepts is embedded in each lesson, and each lesson follows the 5E learning framework, which is engage, explore, explain, elaborate, and evaluate, which you may be familiar with when we use STEM scopes. They use the same model. To find the lessons, you're going to scroll down, and this is kind of like a lesson menu. It goes by each strand, so starting with the one we're focusing on today, computational thinking, but it includes the other strands as well, and the 2 lessons that go with each strand, as I mentioned. These are not clickable links here, so you will have to scroll down throughout past this menu portion to get to the actual lessons, and then you can look for the title at the top. And here we come to animal behaviors, which we're going to be doing today. As you can see, it shows you the TechApp Teaks at the top, and then it shows you the science Teak that it will be addressing as well. And then it shows you the 5 E's that you will go through, and also it gives you the materials that you will need. So that's what makes this great, is it's really all laid out for you and has all the resources you need to create and teach this lesson. The one thing it doesn't give you is kind of a timeline for how many days this will take. With the Scratch application I was mentioning earlier, that's also something to keep in mind with this particular lesson plan. You would want students to have Scratch before you begin this lesson because they're going to need to be familiar with how it works. And so they have included a getting started tutorial that you'll want to have done with your students prior to this lesson. So that's going to also add on more time to the overall scope and timing of this lesson. So let's look at some of the resources they provided. This slide deck walks you through the 5E model. There's a slide for each of the 5 E's. We're going to click here because this takes us to this lesson. So as you can see, it's got the engage on this one page, and then the explore is on this page where it shows students the process of students getting on Scratch and using the program and step by step of what they need to do. It also includes a sign-up sheet, so once students have decided what they or their partner are going to research, that's already made for you as well. And then once the lesson is done, there is an evaluate portion where there's a rubric for them and you to evaluate how they did on the project. So that's a portion where they can reflect on how they did. And so it has, like I said, it has everything you need. I think another great way to add choice might be in the explain portion. You can give them choices of how they want to explain their animal and the research they've done on their animal. And this would also just even make it that much more student-led and engaging to have them have choice. So you could give them opportunity to either do a video or make a poster or make a slide deck presentation. That would be another great way here in this explain portion to give them opportunities with technology as well as opportunities for choice. And so basically this is like a project-based learning, which I think is really exciting to be able to have that all laid out for you and your students. And so this is a really fun way to make learning that much more engaging while you integrate those technology application Teaks. So I hope this is helpful. And if you have any questions, let me know.